and welcome to All Ages of Geek.
Hello.
Sit down on the couch with us and watch some good movies.
With
Piccolo. And Chopper.
And Pikachu.
Yeah. Okay, so today we're going to be giving you guys some updates on the channel like we do every single month. But this is going to be a little different. This is going to be a discussion type video rather than just an update. So let's get through the update, shall we?
We shall.
So before we go into the talk that we want to get into the talking about, we're going to talk all about what's coming up on the channel. So number one, we're going to be doing the Cuphead Show.
Yay!
So
when it comes out.
When it does come out.
I think this is posting after it comes out, though.
Yeah.
So
the Cuphead Show we'll be posting. We're going to do like a bunch of them over on Patreon, and then we're going to be posting it directly onto the channel.
Where can they find Patreon?
Patreon.com/AllagesofGeek.
Yeah.
So you guys could be able to check that out once that does come out. Yeah. Okay, update done with that. Update number two, we're going to be doing more horror reactions. So if you guys want to send in some funny, like...
Not funny, scary.
Scary
videos.
No, because they want me to have scary back rooms.
Scary.
It's funny, scary for you guys. Yeah. It's horrifying for us. There's a lot of stuff to do with the back rooms, a lot of other stuff to do with, like, everything else going forward. So that's something that we want to see. What do you want to see when it comes to horror? Do you want to do horror games? What do you want to see? Because that's always fun. Yeah. Update number three. Obviously you saw we finished the Green Mile. Now, the thing is with the Green Mile, you saw some like issues that we were having with copyright. If you have any suggestions, let us know down below.
If you follow other like movie reactors and you see what they do, and it works for them, let us know because we're new to the movie reaction scene, so we're not really sure how it works with copyright.
Like,
so you guys know, let us know.
We had no idea that you guys were going to be that supportive of the Green Mile.
Yeah,
reaction.
we were shocked. Like, we know it's a good movie. We love the movie, but we were like, I don't know how this is going to do on YouTube, and like everyone was like, oh my god, I'm so happy!
I know, so it's like if you have any like suggestions, because we don't want to do it where it's like we're showing the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, maybe like blurring it out or like cutting it back and forth where it's us then the movie, us the. Just let us know, because again, like Tat said, we're new when it comes to movie reactions.
And we apologize for the audio on that one. It was just an audio.
It was a rushed edit and everything, and also that was older footage because I was like over on Patreon. So something else that you guys, there's a lot of other movies coming up. One thing that's going to be uploading soon to the channel is Rain Man, starring with Tom Cruise. So the thing is when it comes to seeing what we're going to do in movies, if you want to recommend some movies, we have our patrons to get through first. So it's like, if you want to get ahead of the queue of like actually recommending films, you guys can become a patron.
And you get the full reactions too. Yeah.
And the thing is too, for movie reactions alone, like you'll see like some of the recommendations or like it might be sold out. I'm not sure. We have to double check.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we might open just a few more for just movie reactions. So if that's something you guys are interested in, just DM us on Patreon or DM us on Discord or something.
Or Twitter, anywhere.
Yeah, and just let us know because we want to start doing more movie reactions and we'd be happy to
also join our Discord.
Open some slots. Yeah, so our Discord is open for the public and we'd love to see you there. So those are mainly like the updates that you guys can definitely see coming up on the channel. But we wanted to thank you for all the support you've been giving for our movie reactions because we had no idea. And, you know, we're doing, like, random reactions here and there, but it's, like, with movies, like, with, you know, Child's Play and The Green Mile, we're like,
just let us know your suggestions and, like, what you would want to see in terms of, like, editing.
Yeah. So, let us know. So, the talk that we're going to have today, now that we're going to go a nice little segue into this, why we think and view as older movies, like, from, let's say, the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, and some of the early 2000s, are... A lot of much better.
Yeah, more heart, I would say.
No, a lot of much better.
A lot of much better.
Yes, that's what I'm saying right now. A lot of much better than movies today. And we're going to get to the points as of right now. So point number one, a lot of movies, because you guys actually kind of said some really important, like, bullet point type discussion points that we will one day make a full different type of video about this because, you know, this is more like an update discussion video about it because you guys brought up some important information. Now, when we were growing up, we grew up on, like, kind of movies like The Land Before Time, Lion King, Aladdin, a lot of, like, animated, even, like, We're Back, which is, again,
Pokemon
I would love...
movies.
Yeah, but, like, I would... Outside of, like, anime in general, like, I would love to do more, like, do a re-reaction to We're Back because that is, like, honestly one of my favorite films of all time. Because there's so much... There's a lesson to it. And I view... And I know you agree with me. I view where it's, like... the movies that are coming out today, there's not much of that like attention span or that lesson that you once had in movies that were like, here is the hero, like let's give an example of like Western films or something. Here is the hero, he has a problem, let's see how he's gonna overcome that problem.
I think now it's
and
more
solution.
Like, okay, this is the lesson, but we're gonna say the lesson. It's not like you have to learn it through the characters now. Even if there's a lesson, if it's like a kid movie or like for younger movie, and like the lesson is like share. It's like it's point in your face. Like this character is sharing. It's not like you don't learn it through the characters now. I feel like now it's just like the writers write it where they tell you instead of showing you.
And I think it's even more so than it's like people are more so focused on how we're going to direct this with the art and the animation and the CGI and how we're going to merchandise it. How we're going to like, you know, put a family of 2 or 4 or whatever into the theaters and in a way suck their wallets dry.
Well, like the thing is, like even like Lion King is completely merchandisable, but the way it's written is beautiful.
I know, and the thing is too is like the beauty of like the Lion King is it was based on with Hamlet. Right. So it's like, as you know, like with Disney, they base a lot of their movies on like, you know, literature. Yeah. And if you compare a lot of the stuff that was like, you know, there's a lot of good stuff that's coming, like Encanto's beautiful. Was great. Absolutely amazing.
We watched that already. We still see it on Patreon.
We definitely have to see like what is it, Raya and the that's something I definitely want to see. But like a lot of movies that are like coming out now, not even just from Disney, but like in general, it doesn't have the same attention span. I don't know how to like define it. Like not the same attention span, but it doesn't like have the same, not even just heart, but lesson. Yeah. It doesn't have the same impact. Absolutely. It does not have the same impact. So it's like, going back to what I was saying earlier, it's like, it used to be like, outside of like the hero's journey, because there's so many stories that say that. Like, look at Star Wars. I mean, like, with the original, I know, but I'm not gonna spoil it. The original trilogy had so much extreme amount of heart to it, and had like so much to just give to the world, and you were there, you were immersed, and it's like, the beauty of it is being able to be immersed within a film, being able to be immersed within the music, the soundtrack, the acting. It wasn't about like who is on the screen. It was not about that at all. You know, it wasn't who was the biggest Hollywood.
I don't call out streaming services, but I'm going to Netflix. I don't remember the name, but there was a movie that came out recently that they starred a TikToker in. Because they knew she was big and they knew it was going to make the money, but she had no acting experience. The movie didn't do well. But it's like, I think now, for acting specifically, they go for people that they know have the name and that will bring in, like, the audience.
It's about
like,
the money.
Like, the kids that like the TikToker will go see the movie, they'll get $1 million. Everything's about money.
It's numbers and money. It's a numbers game. You know?
It's not about talent anymore. It's, like, really, the sad truth is, if you're, like, an actor or, like, a writer, it's about your numbers. It's not about, like, your true talent, especially with today, especially. Yeah. So that's pretty,
And the thing is, like, at the end of the day, like when you can, like, there's a lot of films that do come out that you're like, oh, this is actually good. Like a good show that came out, which I'm like shocked that was like brilliant, and I was like, we fell in love with it, is Arcane. Like, if you're, you don't even have to be a fan of League of Legends. I didn't know League until after to watch Arcane. You know, and it's like you learn these lessons, you see the heart of it, you see the writing. Like the writing in that series is golden. Yeah. And it's like, it's so rare nowadays to find a show that can immerse you and a movie that can immerse you into the world that they are trying to tell. And it's like, I feel like I'm not going to say there's no good storytellers anymore, because that's wrong. That's wrong to even say.
It's the marketing. It's that they don't pick the right people. Like
No, it's not even just the marketing. It's Hollywood saying,
they pick the movies that they know will make them money. Instead of like, you could find good films with like indie creators, which they're not, you don't see it marketed anymore. Like, you don't see it on Twitter, you don't see it on Facebook, whoever uses Facebook anymore. You don't see it anywhere, but
And something else too is like, you'll see even with anime, like, I don't know if you guys are fans of anime, but like, as you know, we are, as you can obviously tell. But like, you'll see, like, let's say comparing like Dragon Ball Z to something else that comes out today. It's like, you don't see that same, like, I would say the ambition. You don't see like the humble heart and the humbleness behind it. It's like, you see the, how are we gonna merchandise this? How are we gonna get people to like sit down and be glued to the screen? And it's all about this or that. And it's like, to me, what makes me mad, and we've talked about this several times, and that's why we want to talk about it now that we're getting into like movies, is compare something like an actor like Robin Williams, like it's like what's his name, Morgan Freeman, to somebody today. It's like, you don't see it. You know, you see in some people, you do, but it's not. It's something that was there.
And
it
now
was that
I feel like humble, it's the same actors that they talk about all the time now. Same
voice actors in a lot of freaking shows. It's always same. And it's like, you used to hear like Steven Spielberg type stories where it's like somebody became like famous because of their talent, because they were in a stage play or this and that. You see the heart, you see the story. There was always a story, and it wasn't just like storytelling with the movie itself. It was the storytelling behind the origin story of the actor. Yeah. They were picked up from this random thing or that random, and it wasn't like the tabloids weren't talking about all the drama, the TikToks or this, and it's like, I'm going to be 28 years old. You're what? 26? Yeah. It's like I hate when we say like generalization. Like what is it? When you like the generations. Yeah. When you say like, oh, generations this and that, because like we're millennials, but this is how we view these things, because it's like a lot of people would just be like, oh, millennials won't like older films, and I'm like, no. We're very old souls, okay? As you could probably tell, if you've ever talked to us, we're very old souls, where it's like, if we like something, we're gonna say it. If we don't like something, we're gonna drop it. Yeah. And the thing is like at the end of the day, when we view movies and we like visualize something, we want to be immersed. Like The Green Mile was such a brilliant film. Like it's like this. How I view literature, how I view movies. It's like this. Here's the stage, okay? Here's the actors. Like I know that wasn't like on a stage or anything, but here's the stage, here's the actors, and it's like you have to like be these actors to first, number one, who are you? Yeah. Like you want to right off the bat, you want to know, who are you? Like who are you? Yeah. You want to ask the question, who are you? Why are you doing this? Right away, we knew their jobs, we knew their occupation, we knew where they were going with it because of the scene setting, the music, the acting, the drama that was going on. And it wasn't
like, because a lot of movies now do that thing where it's like, hi, I'm Caitlin, and I'm a high school student who's trying to find a boyfriend. Yeah. They didn't do that. This is my story. They don't have to do that. They don't have to tell you. They just show you.
And the thing is, like, you felt everything. So those are like the characters, and you're like, I know who you are. And it's like, even with anime, sometimes you're like, you can know who everyone is just by based on their gestures, how they dress,
like how they're moving. Perfect.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. We're in like just a few episodes in. Boom, it's like
they didn't tell us what they do in the beginning. You're just like, oh, this is who they are. This is great. Yeah.
So it's like same thing with these older movies. Automatically, I know who you are. Yeah. Then it's like, what's the drama? What's gonna make these characters change, or what's gonna make them move forward? Green Mile, you knew right off the bat. You knew again, occupation, problem, who's gonna be causing the problem, what's the what's gonna be the climax, what's gonna happen for these characters for them to be affected by it. Then you're like, humanity. Look, they're humans. They have problems. Oh my God, they're actual humans, but it's on screen. Then it's, how are we gonna solve that problem? Yeah. Then during that time, you're like, lesson. I could relate. How maybe I'm going through a struggle that like I'm trying to endure. Yeah. You learn from it. Boom. Right. Then it's, more drama, funny, comedy. Even in drama, you have comedy. Yeah. And then there's like the ending, and it all pieces together. Whether it's somebody riding off into the sunset or somebody that's just like on the screen, older, and you see how their life was. You see it happen, and it's like you feel it. And then when the movie ends, it's as if magic sparkles off, and you take something away from it.
And I feel like older movies did not shy away from like topics that we should be talking about.
Yes.
I feel like nowadays we're kind of like in a bubble with movies. Like you can only talk about so much. Yeah. Because people kind of want to like not make people uncomfortable, and they're worried about, oh, this is gonna scare the audience away if I talk about this like important subject. I don't know. There may be movies coming out now that have like specific lessons and specific topics that we should be talking about. Yeah. But I haven't seen much. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I've seen some movies that are, like, important topics here and there, but it's like, they don't, here's the thing.
But they're not marketed.
They're not marketed. They're not marketed. It's like, if it doesn't get the numbers on Netflix, it's not going to be streamable. It's not, people aren't going to be like, so if you've seen any really good movies that you would like, again, like us see that like are new ones, let us know. We'd love to hear from you, because we're not dissing new movies.
Like I was saying, like
we're saying
it's not all new movies. Yeah. It's what they decide to market to us. It's all the same.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. It's always about like love, romance, sex, or Disney movies. Yeah.
We're all in one. Yeah. I hope we're all in one. But the thing is like at the end of the day with us, like the individuality of movies and films was the humanity behind it. It was the eyes, the soul behind the director, behind the writers, behind the whole cast.
And the dialogue too. Yes. Like if you listen to the way they talk in older movies, it's so natural. Yeah. And it doesn't feel scripted. But like the newer movies, it's like they all have the same way they talk, and you're like, okay, I know this is like a Hallmark movie, or I know Hallmark this is like,
here's the thing. Okay, that's a whole different topic. That's a whole different topic.
I love those.
We gotta start reacting to Hallmark movies. For sure. Give it a like if you want to.
But like, you know what I mean? Like ABC Family has their own dialogue. Yeah. They have their own dialogue. Like specific, like Netflix movies, they all have the same way that they talk. Yeah. Yeah, and it's not natural. And I feel
it's branded. It's branded.
And older movies were like natural talking. Like it felt like I was sitting in the room with these characters and like listening to like a real human talking.
Now, here's the thing, like I've seen a few, but not many, with Robin Williams acting. And again, something that I've always talked about with you. Yeah. You know where I'm going with this. Yeah. Jumanji. With Jumanji, when Alan comes back and he's running towards...
by the way, if you didn't watch it, here you go.
Yeah, well, here you go. Yeah. When Alan comes back and he's running towards his father's factory and he still thinks it's that time. Yeah. And then he sees the man who is homeless standing there and he thinks that's his father and he sees the shadow. He's like, Dad, he runs up there. You see the innocence within Alan's eyes, and then you see this older man say, hello, friend. Like... may I give you something? Like here's the humbleness. That scene, no matter how many times I will watch it, will make me bawl like a little child. And the reason, there's a few reasons. One, Robin Williams acting. The way he captured that entire scene, he captured innocence. Yeah. He captured, because he was like a young boy in that scene, not knowing that he is old. He runs back to the factory as if it was natural, not knowing what time period it is. And then he sees, thinking this man is his father with the shadow, then realizes in a moment that it wasn't, confused, disheartened, just being like, what the hell? And then you also see the older man give him, as a humble man who has hardly anything, just a dog and a pair of clothes, and I think he had a pipe. Just here, my friend. Yeah. And that shows you how man should help one another. Yeah. It shows you that, you know, outside of like, you know, how Robin Williams was capturing that moment, it shows you how the common man can be there for each other. And they captured it within a minute. Yeah. And that was it. Well, the music, everything, the way that the shot, the camera, like you have to watch that scene again, because the way it was shot with the factory, you saw it was, if it was empty, and you felt it, and you knew for a fact as an audience, you're like, this guy's gonna freak out, and the soul was there. And it's like, they didn't need to have, like, the music was dramatic, but it wasn't like the like we always talk
about the music, like, because Kamen Rider, if you watch Kamen Rider, they do it perfectly, where they just they don't have music at specific like dramatic scenes or where the character's having like a breakdown. They don't need music. It's all in the acting and the writing. And now movies I feel like they overuse music to a way where it's like, you won't get the same feeling without the music. I think a good storyteller and a good actor doesn't need the music to make the scene feel sad or make the scene feel romantic or make the scene feel happy. Like, older movies did that too. Yeah. One movie that we did watch recently, which I want to bring up, with Tom Hanks, Mr. Rogers.
Oh, that
is a good movie. What?
Good
I don't know the name off the top of my head, but it's still
something neighbor.
I don't know. It's the one where he was Mr. Rogers. Yeah. Watch that. That's a really good movie. Yeah.
The only complaint I have about the movie was too short. They could have added more to it.
Yeah, but I think it was time.
That's the thing too. Is like, I feel like when you really enjoy a newer movie, you like,
want more.
I want more. But if you go back to the older films, like let's say like Land Before Time versus like something like a new like a dinosaur movie that's coming out, you're like, I want more of this. You know, it's like, I feel like, again, it's the attention span. It's we got to get people out because people's lives are just moving like this more. Because I mean, and like if you're gonna compare and contrast like something that was going on back then compared to now, people's lives are much different. Everything's fast. But it's like at the same time. That was a brilliant movie. Again, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. It's acting.
It's like anything that man is in, it's like he's just a god.
Watch it. It's really good. I cried.
Another example is this will contain spoilers if you have not seen the Toy Story series, so just mind you. Toy Story 1 through 2. Yeah. I would even say 3 is pretty good. I would say 3 did good with the attention and like how like the retention rate and everything for it.
1 and 2 are the best though.
1 and 2 are the best. 2 for 1 was like we're gonna test it out, has the heart, has the nostalgia. Then 2 comes in, they add more of the lore. It's so long, you're like, oh my god, I feel even more of this. Then 3 comes in, that gives more of the adventure. I think 3 did a good job. I mean,
it was good. It
for the time period it was coming in.
I didn't like.
I don't like the ending. I don't like the storyline. Then 4 comes in. 4 I feel was focused on too many scenes.
Yeah, and they warped the characters' personalities.
Buzz wasn't on enough.
No, listen to me. If you guys want us to rant about Toy Story, because I am very passionate about Toy Story.
You're gonna get your shots. I got you.
Yeah, she got me shot glasses of Buzz and Woody's like shoes for Christmas, but. If you want us to talk about Toy Story on like a long podcast, let us know, because I have a lot to say about that series.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like 4, there wasn't enough to it. It wasn't.
It was more the adventure and more, I gotta find this
it was more, let's close off the story, let's rush to it. I feel like that could have been told, all of that could have been told in 3.
And Buzz was there
or a special.
Buzz was not there. Yeah. And like, I feel like the fans want Buzz and Woody.
I feel like the fans, I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of people that were fans of Toy Story were very upset by it. Their heart was broken.
I was broken.
And we're gonna say why. But the thing is, like, at the end of the day, like, if we're gonna give an example of even Disney films, older like Pixar, like Monsters University.
Oh, that is such a good movie. No, can we react to that?
Monsters University.
Can we react to that?
We'll react to it. I
don't give a fuck we reacted
to it.
That is such
if we're talking about newer
movie.
films, which is that's not like 100% new, but it
captures college perfectly.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like, they did a great job. Whoever
Can we watch it today?
I fucking love that movie. It is so good.
I just want to like actually just react to it.
We have to react to the show too.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Or
so
let's watch it.
That's a good example. Another good example for a sequel would be like Lion King 2. We can literally dissect that movie from
I watched that
through and through.
Kofu was my childhood crush.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Just saying.
But the thing is, Simba was mine.
Yeah, so you can tell our types.
But the thing is, like, I feel like, and I don't know what it is. Let us know what you think, because like I still can't figure it out. What it is? Is it Hollywood? What is it? What is it?
Because marketing.
No, because again, when we were growing up, and we sound so fucking old.
I mean, we're almost 30.
But I don't give a fuck.
No offense to anyone who's over 30.
But the thing is that like if you are going to compare movies, even because I did not grow up in the 80s, I didn't grow up in the 70s. I grew up in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I think back then it was about. I think now, for filmmakers and writers and actors, it's about getting money. Back then, it was a passion project.
Yes.
Like, they wrote these stories because they knew their characters.
Yeah.
It might have related to their personal life, and they just wanted that story out there. Yeah. Now, it's like, I don't want to sound mean because this doesn't go to every artist, but I feel like every artist now, it's like, oh, I'm going to get big as soon as I graduate college, or I'm going to get big as soon as... But it's not about that. It's about finding a project that you're passionate about that no one told before.
I know.
Which was back then, because no one told these stories. Like, no, I've never seen any other movie like Green Mile. No one told that story before. No. The writers and the directors, all like that, it was passion. Yeah. That was a passion project. Now it's about, how am I going to make a quick buck? Not for everyone. Obviously, there's great films on all streaming platforms and indie filmmakers, which those are the ones you want to go to if you want to find, because that's
at the film festival. You'll see a lot of people that are there. You're like, holy shit, these people are so talented.
Even if it's like a short films, I love watching short films.
Oh, like short film animated, the ones on YouTube.
Not even animated, like even acting.
Yeah, brilliant.
Like, those are great. You can find them on YouTube.
Even the anime ones, like people did for like My Hero Academia, that looks absolutely brilliant. And I want to see. No, Spider-Man. There's somebody that actually is trying to make like.
Yeah.
Brilliant, absolutely passion projects. Everything. There's even like things about like the Bible people are making. It's absolutely
you could tell
brilliant.
when it's passion versus money.
Yes.
And I feel like now a lot of, especially the stuff that's marketed, because obviously streaming services want to make money too.
Oh yeah.
So they're gonna market the thing that they think is gonna make them money.
Yeah.
But it's not a passion project.
No.
Like, you could look at movies like Green Mile versus, I don't know, what's a new movie on Netflix that came out?
I want to hate on
said Netflix movie here.
Yeah.
Those two, compare those two.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't even compare them.
I know. And like something that we want to do here on the channel is we really want to be able to like enlighten like older films and like kind of talk about the good lessons behind it, because I feel like you were saying, it's good to talk about things that you should talk about at the dinner table, like when you're eating dinner with each other. You know, obviously we're not eating dinner, we're on a couch.
I mean,
yeah.
These are good.
I
don't know if you can see it because the color looks weird.
I have cauliflower
like
snacks.
Coconut rolls.
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is, like, how we're viewing this is we're just two chilling. Sisters on a couch with a goddamn brick wall, and we want to react to things, to invite you guys here and make you relive nostalgia, but also make you kind of think about certain things
outside of your opinion.
Yes, and also talk about it, because you know what? You may disagree with this entire video, and we want that. We want people to agree to disagree. We want people to talk. Yeah. You know, even if you're saying you guys are completely wrong, we think new movies are the best, CGI is the best, oh my god, tell us.
Because we like to hear other people's opinions.
We want to hear your opinions.
Welcome here.
We want to hear you talk. We don't want people to feel afraid that they can't give an opinion. We don't want people to be like, oh god, we have to just agree with them. Because you know what? That's not what makes people human. Nobody in life is going to think the same.
We don't agree on all the things.
I know. What makes you an individual is being able to think for yourself and being able to disagree, or being able to agree, or being able to have a discussion.
That applies to everything in life.
Yes. Yeah. So what's your view on like what we're going to be doing so far?
I'm excited, especially for the Rain Man post. Yeah. That is something I'm very passionate about. Yeah, well, you'll see in the review.
Yeah.
That movie, that is a movie everyone needs to watch because it's educational, but it's also entertainment.
Yeah.
So that's something, like I was saying before, there's like a lot of movies now they don't talk about important topics. No. That is one movie that talks about something very important.
Yes.
That we don't see a lot on media nowadays.
And the thing is too is the way they did it within Rain Man, which you'll see in the review when we talk about it. I don't want to
spoil anything.
It will be posting soon. You'll see in the review. It's kind of in a way you see the take of how older films did it compared to how the media does it. Yeah. You know, you're always thinking I'm spoiling.
Yeah, because I don't trust you because of Ruby.
You know, I never spoiled Ruby for you. Okay. I never spoiled Ruby for you. So the thing is you see how the media handles it, and then you see how. Basically how older films handled it. And then there's a mixture of like, you'll see within the review, it's like, we kind of say like, you know, this is how real world problems act. This is how people, and it's a very important discussion that I think a lot of, especially younger people need to hear.
I think it's important for everyone because it's like, it's something a lot of people need to be educated on.
And it's like, again, everyone can disagree with us completely and can just take
not with that. No, everyone should educate themselves on that topic.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, like, our opinions. Yeah. Like, if people are like, no, you know, I disagree with you on your opinion, that's fine. Yeah. But, like, when it comes to that movie, how they handled it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Tom Cruise was brilliant in it. It was a good movie to sit and discuss, you know, and we actually, our review was like 30 minutes.
It was like almost an hour.
We literally could not stop talking about that, and you'll see why. Yeah. You'll definitely see why. But we want to hear your thoughts. You know, we want to be able to do more of this. We want to be able to really just, again, we're just trying to make this a career. That's like all we're basically trying to do. You know, like on Patreon, we thank God bless to our Patreons because like you guys help us be able to get what we're saying out, but also you guys get to sit down and enjoy this with us because basically all of our content is meant because we want to, if anyone doesn't have anyone to be able to like watch something with, that's why we're here. As we want to discuss it with you. We have very interactive type like content where we ask the questions that like, you know, some people are not going to ask.
What's your favorite movie?
Yeah, what's your favorite movie? What is your thoughts on like how the world is with movies? What's your thoughts on Hollywood? What's your thoughts on, you know, when it comes to movies in general, how they're handling certain lessons, you know, certain uncomfortable things, certain things that you don't talk about on the dinner table, you know, guys, where I'm getting with this. But the thing is like, what's your thoughts, you know? Because we want to hear from you, and we're very open-minded people. You know, we're not going to just hate on you because you disagree with us. You know, we might argue and debate, but that is what makes it fun. But it's all good and fun. It's all good.
We're still friends.
Fun. Exactly. Exactly. So, you know, come sit on the couch with us today. Head over to our Patreon because we want to discuss these things. And if you are thinking about upgrading and it may say sold out and you're thinking of doing like movies, let us know because we might make something happen because just for movies in general because we want to do more of this. Yeah. So we hope you guys have an amazing day. Stay weird, stay wonderful, stay awesome. Until next video, be your fangirl, fanboy, fan person every single day. Bye.
Hey, what's up, geeks? It is Matt coming to you once again to let you know that without your support on Patreon and in the comments, we really can't do any of this. We are an entirely community-supported operation, and, well, you're our community. So, you stay weird, you stay wonderful. We'll catch you next time.